I'm Robert John Hadfield. I'm here with Autumn McGregor, the CEO of Zion's Tiny Homes. So where we are right now, we're in one of the homes that you built at your factory.
Yes.
And then once they're built, you move them down to Zion's Tiny Getaway.
Yeah.
And people literally come here and rent these places and stay for a night, 2 nights, whatever, while they're on vacation. Or these are investments.
Yeah, normal people can uplift their families and be able to have a stable income. The key behind this is like our idea of first-time investments with low risk. That's huge. I mean, we're talking about ROIs that are between 13 and 25%.
Yeah,
that's maybe a stay-at-home mom being able to be a stay-at-home mom.
You take care of it.
Yeah, they don't have to do anything.
Yeah, basically they buy it, put it here, and then you just rent it out.
Exactly.
And they're able to make money off of it.
So the only thing that I want them to be involved in is the design of the tiny home, and that's it. That's it. I handle talking to guests, I do everything.
And then these things just keep getting booked, and it's pretty amazing.
Yeah.
How big is this one?
This one's a 30-footer.
This is and that's the largest you make them, right?
Right now,
30.
yes, it's the largest. We do have one in the pipelines that's a 38-footer.
Oh wow, okay. That's really big.
Huge, yeah. Yeah, it is going to be our Harry Potter tiny house, so it needed to be bigger so we could make it cooler.
I love this one. So I want to talk about all the different stuff that you did with this space. The first thing that captures me, and like I said a second ago, is you have all these different like shapes. You know, the ceiling doesn't have one consistent thing going across. It's more deep in one spot and higher in another, and tell me a little bit about this.
Yeah, so that is just us changing the angle of the roof pitch. So the reason we did that is we kind of wanted to highlight the different lofts and the centerpiece.
And it just gives that extra feeling of depth.
Yes.
It actually, it interestingly makes that whole section, the
feel
upstairs,
way bigger.
Feel bigger.
Yes, even though it's the same size.
Yeah, it's really interesting stuff.
Yes.
So, and then what you do here with the colors too, where you have this, it's called shiplap.
Yes.
That is all along the walls. And then you have this, and it's white, and you have it contrasting with this black.
This entertainment center is actually really cool. It's got a built-in fireplace, a TV, like speaker system, everything built in. So it's tight to the wall, but you have everything you need, which is really nice. It gives it a nice decorated up-class feel.
It feels finished.
Yes.
I mean, because the television, you can see it right there, how it's actually got a space. It's inset. It feels like it's part of the wall.
Exactly. Yeah.
And then to your point, you have this really interesting fireplace right here too. But interestingly, part of what then, what I noticed as shapes is also creating more space upstairs.
Yeah.
I mean, because I look right here and you see this whole ledge that comes out, but I'm guessing right on the other side of that wall is a bedroom.
Yes, so we actually reversed it a little bit in this tiny home where we have 2 lofts on one side. So you go up there and there's actually 2 queen beds.
Okay.
They're separated, so one isn't going to be like able to see the other one, so they are separated. But then on this other side we have a king loft.
Oh wow,
so this is technically, so the side above the kitchen is technically the master loft, and then the other 2 queen lofts are for children.
So theoretically, I mean, if you could get how many people in here, because this is probably considered a sleeping space too.
It is considered a sleeping space. I don't advertise it as that because, like I said before, I don't like too many people crammed in such a small space. So this one fits 6 comfortably without the sleeping couch.
Okay.
So if you add the sleeping couch, you're at 8.
Wow. Yeah. It's interesting to think of a small, tiny home with that many people. Many people in it. You go up into these loft areas where you have the king and the queen areas, you have these windows that are all around up in there. And you do that
for a 360-degree view. Because one view you're going to turn and you're going to see the tiny home, which is an awesome view from the loft looking down. And then the other 3 walls you're going to see outside. And
it's also, and you said this just a second ago, because something that strikes you when you walk in here, you do have the contrast, the black and the white contrast, but the artwork.
It actually makes it more appealing to booking too. So when people are booking, they'll look for the ones that have the decorations that remind them of home or what they wish their home could look like. This is something that they can escape. Maybe it's a mom who's just had enough of cleaning constantly and dealing with the kids and all this other stuff. She just wants to escape to a nice clean environment where she could feel free for a while. In the middle of winter, you could turn the fireplace on, watch a movie and sit next to the fire, and like, that's awesome.
Yeah. And so interestingly then, and we've talked about this in some of the other homes, you have one side that has this really interesting solid staircase right there.
Yeah, so this one is a more traditional staircase, but what we did is we built this wall and we actually dug into the staircase from the inside of the washing your hands area so you can prep and get ready. Well, we added a closet. So we did a little bit of a hybrid of what you would expect if someone's living in it. Because it can fit up to 8 people, we wanted the ability to have more than one person getting ready at once. So we separated the bathroom.
Oh, so so you have the bathroom, we can see back there has a door.
Yes.
So you have where the shower is on the other side of that, and then you have this whole area where you can get ready inside there.
Yeah.
So it's just the larger bathroom, more people can get.
Exactly. So the bathroom actually is the same amount of space as the 2 queen beds up top. So we've got the back section with the shower and the toilet together, and that's one door you can close. And then we have another section where the sink and the closet are. So you can get ready in the sink area and in the shower area. Okay.
Very good. Yeah, I love it. And it feels, it's interesting because when you open up these doors too, it just feels big.
Oh,
it feels like it just goes on and on and on. It has an amazing feeling to that.
Yeah, the 30-footer is a pretty big tiny home.
Yeah, I guess so.
Yeah.
And then you have the black stairs, which then go along with all these other accents. And then on this side, you know, remind me what these are called right here, because it's kind of like a ladder, but it's kind of like stairs.
Yeah, that's a slanted ladder.
Slanted ladder, that's what you call it. And so this side has a slanted ladder getting you up into the king area.
The king loft.
So tell us a little bit about, we have this kitchen here, and you have all the black then on the cabinets, but then you have the countertop, which is a dramatically different color. So tell us a little bit about what you did over here.
So I always do a contrast between the countertops, the cabinets, and then the floor. So you always want to match one or the other. So if your countertop is light, your flooring should be light, and your cabinets should be dark. And then the opposite as well.
Okay, that makes sense.
And so it all shouldn't clash with your wall color as well.
What fascinates me about these homes every time we walk in one is recognizing that these are, like, this is the only one like this in the world. I mean, you custom, every one of these is totally custom made. Yeah. So, and in some cases, are you building these cabinets from scratch then?
Yes, we do build the cabinets.
That's amazing, because they look beautiful. And then you actually have something unique about that countertop too.
Yeah.
Because you make those in your factory.
So the countertop we actually purchase, but we change it. So we don't actually press the butcher blocks together, but we change it. So we seal it, we stain it, we do all that stuff.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Tell us a little bit about the fridge and how you have the microwave set up and some of these other accents in here.
Yeah, so we wanted to have floating shelves to have all their dishes and stuff like that be displayed, easier to access for guests. And then the microwave, I wanted to have it tucked away, so it's above the fridge, and it's a lot easier to use that way. One
of the things that I've seen in all these different homes, that not only do you have this really, really cool space, but you have this deck right outside the door.
Exactly.
So tell us a little bit about the deck that's out here.
Well, the key to tiny home living is really being able to let go of material possessions and be outside more. Go back to nature, and that's why we always have a deck. So there's a grill, there's the eating area outside. That's where we want most of the interaction with our guests to be, is outside. That way they can feel nature and get back to that again. I've
been over here in the evenings and looked around, and everybody's outside. So if somebody was interested in investing, buying a tiny home that they can put out here and rent, where do they go? What do they do?
So they could visit Zion'sTinyHomes.com or Zion'sTinyGetaway.com and message us and say, hey, I'm interested in doing this. We do have a little bit of a waiting list right now. We're about 1.5 years out. So if you're really serious, get on board, put your deposit down, and start the process.
That's pretty awesome.
Yeah.
Cool. We're gonna move on to another tiny home. Thanks for joining us, and we'll talk to you next one we go to.
Yeah.